Everybody. I'm back home in Toronto. As some of you may know, I was in Ottawa for the last couple of days, and I thought I'd just come out and do a little update as to my time in Ottawa and say that I'm back home and all of that. And now that I'm out here, I'm like, it's kind of windy and sort of chilly, and so I don't really feel like hanging out here chatting away, but I will just say I think it was a pretty successful trip into Ottawa. It was really nice to see all the regulars, Wellington Street regulars that I did see or talk to. Really always good to see you guys, and thank you always for holding the line there in Ottawa. Not an easy job. And of course, a lot of you know that Johnny Rowe and I, a little tyrant patrolling over there with Justin Trudeau. So lots of people have seen that video. And what else? We did a bit of acts of taxing, and we got a few of the MPs to stand with us and stand with us. That's the thing I want to say. They're standing with us. Okay, we got to turn that table around. So I was happy to have them, come and have their picture taken with the acts of tax sign that I was very had the pleasure and honor to take to Ottawa. That the guys, from the Toronto group, the Mississauga Brampton group have made, and so I was allowed to take that. And what else? I did. Oh, and thanks for the tyrant patrolling with Carl, even though we didn't see any tyrants. And what else? I did get up to the Canada Strong and Free conference, only just very momentarily at near the end on Thursday night, and said hello to a few people, but I hadn't paid to go in. I just kind of crashed a little bit. I just popped in and said hello and left, and it was right at the end, so I didn't really crash anything particularly. But I do think it was a successful day. Christine got to tyrant patrol Stephen Guilbeault, which is pretty exciting. Told him, no way. And he said, well, what about the rebate? There's a good question. And then he said, well, what about the wildfires? Now, I didn't get a chance to ask him, but I wanted to ask him in reply to his question, what about the wildfires? Well, have you investigated those wildfires? What were they caused from? You can't just say climate change without some kind of proof, without some kind of investigation. And as many of us have heard, that arson was involved in a lot of those fires. So how much has that been investigated? But I didn't get a chance to ask Mr. Guilbeault because he ran off and was protected by his entourage there. But Christine did get a good few words into him, which was kind of funny. She said, why don't you go climb the Peace Tower? That might help climate change, or something to that effect. But so that was fun. And again, thank you to everybody that made my stay there pleasant and comfortable and friendly and kind of looked after me, so I always appreciate that. And that's about it. I just kind of want to say hey to everybody. Oh, I did go into the as I said at my live at that time, I took one for the team, and I went into the foreign interference inquiry to listen to Justin Trudeau, but I could really there wasn't seem to be much point in sticking around for the whole thing, so I watched the first part, and then they took a break, so I took off after that. But you could see it was all just an act. He was just playing a part. Oh, I don't know, I can't remember. Anyway, whatever. They'll figure that all out. They're going to have to work that through, and of course, it won't be. They're not going to do much about it, but eventually, who knows? They're criminals. They're tyrants, and he's trying very hard to be a dictator in this country, and we say no. Okay, everybody, thanks for hanging out and watching the stuff I put up, and yeah, who knows where I'll come to, where I'll be at next, but that's just the way it is when you're a freedom fighter. All right, everybody, thanks a lot. See ya. Freedom.